Sometimes people ask about their loved ones who've crossed over, and when the details come through for them, usually they'll come through with their ailment or how they passed. They'll also talk about the peace that they feel. I hear often that their heaven is our laughter, or all is well with my soul. All is well with my soul means that, to me, that they've survived a change called death, that they are in a very peaceful place without pain and suffering, that they are quite aware of what's happening with their family members here, that they are still struggling, or maybe even about their service and who showed up and who didn't. I mean, I've heard all sorts of things. One time I had, it's been more than once, but I remember one of the first times that family members came to me and their loved one was in Florida, and they came to New York and they were like, we can't find the will, we can't find the insurance papers, Dad put it somewhere and it was not where we thought it would be. And literally, working with them, we sat for a while, and all of a sudden I could see a dresser in a spare bedroom, and pulled the drawer out, one of the top drawers out, and that it was taped underneath. So they called the relative that was still in Florida, and they sent a picture back, and they said, we found them, that's where they were. But why the rush and why it was so important, like the timing was impeccable, was that they were donating the furniture to a rummage sale for a church, and quite almost lost it because they were going to be picking up like later that week or the next weekend or whatever. So the loved one, their dad on the other side, was just like, that's where it is. I've had people go, where's my dad's money? Where's my mom's money? My grandparents' money? It's somewhere in the house. And I've had spirits come through and say they donated all my coats and all my clothes to Goodwill or to the Salvation Army, and the pockets, and they didn't look in the pockets. Or, hang on. I live close to the airport, and that was a flyby. But they would be like, the hem of my coat or the liner of my jacket. If you unzip the leather, if you unzip the winter jacket, that there's layers, and the money is in between the layers. And they've already sent the clothes off to Volunteers of America or whoever. And I always tell loved ones, I'm like, make sure before you start loading things out and just tearing them out of the house and dumping the cookie jars and, just pulling things out of cupboards, make sure that there's somebody there that's helping you go through everything and opening things, or looking. We found in a closet, for linen closet, we found a tin in the back, and to push the wood, and when we pushed the wood popped open, and there was a old coffee can in there filled with $100 bills. Under the flue to a fireplace that had been taken out and had a fake thing put in, but it was not working. That there were envelopes stuck up into the chimney. I mean, our elders didn't always trust banks, and so they found places in their home to hide things, and they were pretty good at hiding things. We found steps going upstairs that are loose or they creak, and we pried them open, and we found scar boxes and just things. So Yeah, I've done that too, where people will say, can you give the house a once over before we leave it? We sold it, but everything is out. Or before we take everything out, could you come in and see if you can find anything? And finding things is very, it's kind of what I do, because I don't do it alone. I ask Spirit to show me, and I can sometimes walk in a room and see what's been going on in that room, or I can have a visual of someone's back behind me and opening up something, or going into a closet. And if I'm asking Spirit, where's your hiding spot? Where is your safe place? I often get answers. And it's kind of a cool thing to do for families. It's kind of a cool, one of my cool little quirks, I guess that you should call it. Is it something that, that I have on my list of the tools that I have? It's just one of the things that I can do with help, and with asking, and with a little bit of cleansing and clearing spaces. We can find out a lot of things about our relatives and our ancestors that were here before us. It's done with love. It's done with respect. It's done with patience. It's done, sometimes I've gone in places and sat cross-legged on the floor and sat there for a long time just meditating and asking and being quiet. And then all of a sudden getting up and saying, okay, take me for a walk, show me. And it happens. So kind of a cool thing, yeah. Am I fun at parties? I'm a hoot, I've heard. I hope you guys are having a really good day, and I look forward to sending you more information.